there, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Today I'm going to be ranking the palettes that I used last year in my Palette of the Month series. Now I do have an iPad here for notes in case I need them, but I probably won't need them, but we never know. So let's get this fired up just in case. There we go. So I'm going to be doing them from last to first. So in number 12, I used Huda Beauty Amethyst Obsessions. The reason why I gave it a 12 is it's got quite a limited color story. Now, granted, it's only 9 palettes, but they could have put in, you know, one more lighter shade rather than either this shade or that shade, because we already have a really dark shade there, but we have no light shade other than a shimmer. So it's lacking a lighter either shimmer or matte that, you know, so that's why I kind of ranked it 12. Although when using it, I did enjoy the shadows, but again, it's lacking a lighter either matte or lighter shimmer. This is the only light shimmer, and that's the lightest shadow in this palette. Other than that, I did enjoy the palette. Just that's kind of why I ranked it. Also, you know, cardboard packaging, not overly sturdy, but it does have a magnetic closure, so it does close nicely. Number 11, Naked Heat. Again, because the color story is limited, however, this one does have the lighter colors in there. So yeah, that's why I got a higher ranking than the Amethyst Obsessions. But it's pretty much a one-trick pony color scheme in here. So that's why that one's 11th. It's got 2 formulas. And you can do, you know, some nice looks with it, but a little bit of redundancy in there. Now in that same vein, in number 10, the Naked Cherry palette. Again, yes, it does have the lighter shadows in there. It does have just 2 formulas, and you can get some variety of looks in here, but again, it's one-trick pony of a palette. I think why I ranked this one above the Heat is probably because I like the color scheme a bit more in this one than in the Heat. So, coming in at number 9, we have Anastasia Subculture. I ranked this number 9 because I do like the color scheme, but there are only 2 formulas again, and so you don't get a lot of variety in formula. It's mostly matte, 3 shimmers, but you do have a variety of color, and I like the nice soft velvety packaging. Coming in at number 8 is the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. I love this color story. You don't get a lot of variety in textures or formulas in here, but the packaging is sturdy. The colors are beautiful and easy to get a variety of looks. So it's not a one-trick pony of a palette. And in number 7, we have Urban Decay Naked. This I ranked at number 7 because it is a good variety of warm and cool neutrals. So if you only had this palette, if you weren't a major makeup connoisseur and you only needed one palette, this would be a good one to have, because you have a good variety of warm and cool neutrals and a good variety of looks. You can do a smoky look, you can do a soft look, you can do a warm look, you can do a cool look. So you got all the looks you need in this palette. Again, I like the velvety fabric, and I think it's just a good all-round palette. Coming in at number 6 is Anastasia's Modern Renaissance. Again, love this nice fuzzy cover, and I like the color story in here. But again, you only get two different kinds of formulas in here. Again, it's matte and shimmer. No duochromes in the real sense of a duochrome. So, but this is such a iconic palette that you can't go wrong with it either. It's you do get variety of warm and cool looks in this as well. Not as much as in the Naked, but really nice looks. Coming in at number 5 is the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. I use a lot of Too Faced, but these are some of my older palettes, so that's kind of why. Again, a good neutral palette. It's got a pop of purple, pop of pink, but generally you have a good all-around neutral palette here. The packaging is sturdy, still smells like chocolate. The sweet peach still smells like peach, so you gotta love that. But mainly, this is just one of my favorite palettes of all time, because again, it's a perfect neutral palette. Now, coming in at number 4 is Too Faced Life's a Festival. The palette broke, so I did depot the shades into this palette here. They are all along this bottom part of the palette. This was the highlighter in the palette, which I also use as a eyeshadow, and then these are all the colors. In this palette, they do have at least 2 duochromes. These 2 are for sure, and I think that one is as well. And then they have this real fun highlighter here, which is also a bit of a duochrome. So different formulas in there, and that's why that one is so high. But unfortunately, it's not in the top 3 because the palette itself broke. It was not a sturdy palette. It was a cute palette, but it was not a sturdy palette. Coming in at number 3 is Anastasia Soft Glam. Again, that beautiful, soft, fuzzy cover. And in this one we get more shimmers than we do for other 2. And again, I just love this color story. For me, it's got the right amount of darks and lights and pinks that it just makes for a good palette. It's maybe not as universal as like the Naked palette, because it doesn't have like the warms and cools together, but this is still a beautiful palette, and just love it. I actually love it more than Modern Renaissance. So, coming in at number 2 is the Too Faced Then and Now palette. How many other people got this palette? This was their 20th anniversary palette from 1998 to 2018. And there's a good variety of shades in there. There's only 2 formulas, but there's a good variety of, well, mostly shimmers actually. There's only 1, 2, 3 mattes. So that's maybe a bit of a drawback for a lot of people, but I prefer shimmers over mattes anyway, and the mattes are basic enough that you can pair it with these shimmers and get a beautiful look. So I did enjoy this palette quite a bit. If I were to do another, pan that palette, this would probably be the next one I'd choose. It's about 5, almost 6 years old now, because it came out in 2018. But the eyeshadows are still performing well, and it's just a fun, good variety of colors that it would be not too boring to pan over a whole year. Now, the one that came in number 1 is the Urban Decay Elements palette. So in the same vein as the Too Faced, it's got a good variety of colors. It does have only 1, 2, 3. Well, this matte has a bit of glitter in it, but that it doesn't show up on the eye, the glitter. So that's kind of a matte. But so basically it's 4 mattes. 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4 mattes. And they're basic enough, and they go with majority of these shimmers to get some good variety of eye looks. It's also my palette, No Pan Left Behind for this year. Sorry for the glare, but I can't. It's hard to not get the glare, but there it is there without the mirror. And yeah, it does have a couple of duochromes in here. The Fortune Teller and Silver Burn, this one here and this one here, are duochromes. Not in the same sense that you get from like Leona, but for the time this palette came out, that was big. This palette came out in, if I can find it here. No, I'll look for the date that this, or the year that this was released, and I'll put it up on the screen when I edit. But it was probably early 2000s that this probably came out, and the eyeshadows are still performing well, and I absolutely love this palette. And it's my That palette, No Pan Left Behind for 2024. So there you have my ranking of the 12 palettes that I used last year in my Palette of the Month series. If you want to see more of these kind of series, hit the thumbs up button. If you want to watch more of my videos, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Otherwise, I'll see you in my next video. Have a great day. Bye-bye.